We would like to welcome everyone to our Planning and Zoning public hearing today, November 18th, 2020. I'd like to call this meeting to order by roll call. Chair Astle here, Vice Chair Sarkisian.
Here.
Board Member Boyle.
Here.
Board Member Allen.
Here.
Board Member Crockett. He's absent today, as I understand it. Board Member Villanueva Saucedo.
Here.
Board Member Ayers.
Here.
Wonderful. We have quorum with Board Member Crockett absent. We look forward to him back next time. Well, today's agenda includes a consent agenda, which we have grateful to Board Member Boyle, Tim Boyle, that he'll read that for us today. I don't believe we have any comment cards or blue cards today that we need to reference. Staff, is there anything that we should be aware of prior to moving forward with the consent agenda?
No, we don't have any cards.
A quick question before I start. Do you want me to just leave 3A off completely or read it in as continuance for December 16th?
We need to read 3A in as continuance.
As continuance, okay.
All right, let's go ahead and move forward then with the consent agenda, and we'll vote on that and move to the next item.
Okay. Items on consent agenda. Approval of minutes from the previous meetings, minutes from the October 28th, 2020 study session, and the regular meeting on November 9th, and the regular meeting and the November 9th, 2020 special meeting. Item 3A, PZ 20141, ZON 20-00281, District 6, within the 4200 block of South Signal Butte Road, west side, located north of Point 22 Boulevard on the west side of Signal Butte Road. Site plan review, staff recommendation, continuance to the December 16th, 2020 meeting.
Thank you. Board Member Boyle. Fairly simple consent agenda. Do we have any comments or questions prior to moving forward with a motion? All right, let's go ahead and I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I'll motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
Thank you, Vice Chair Sarkisian. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Great. Board Member Allen, I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and make a vote. I believe we do this one by way of roll call. So Vice Chair Astle, yes. Chair Astle, yes. Vice Chair Sarkisian.
Yes.
Board Member Boyle.
Yes.
Board Member Allen.
Yes.
Board Member Villanueva Saucedo.
Yes.
Board Member Ayers.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. With those present, the consent agenda passes unanimously. And we will move on at this point to items that are not on our consent agenda that are for both public comment and action for the board today. And the one item that we will read in for discussion is our minor general plan amendment. If those who maybe attended our previous meetings, we went over and had a special meeting to accommodate the requirement for any type of a minor general plan change. And this is the second piece to that. So we wanted to turn the time over to staff to discuss the repeal and replace of both chapters 7 and 16 in the general plan and maybe get a small presentation. If there are any questions, we'll go over them and then we can move forward with that as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Staff.
So thank you, Chair and board members. So as you've introduced, this is our second hearing to discuss the general plan minor text amendment. So as we've been discussing over the last several months, the general plan is really the official guiding policy document within the city. Excuse me, that really directs the physical development and growth within the city. This document is required to be updated every 10 years by state statute. And as that, it's very important for us to evaluate the comprehensive plan over the general plan over time to identify areas that might need some refinement. So we had done this during our comprehensive plan review that is required by the general plan itself to occur every 3 years. And the two areas that we identified for improvement were Chapter 7, Community Character, and Chapter 16, Plan Implementation and Amendment. Chapter 7, Community Character, is really the chapter that focuses on the future land use guidance. And it's really intended with this general plan to create a sense of place rather than be parcel-specific and focus on specific land uses. This slide here just shows our different character areas throughout the city. Several of these really are intended to support a mixed-use development. We've discussed how we've seen a trend over time for more residential development within the city, and as staff, how we have a little bit of a concern about some of the general plan amendments that have been coming forward or rezonings that have come forward that really don't align with the intent of the character areas that are supposed to be supporting mixed use. And we've shown you that the data that we see from the Maricopa Association of Governments really has supported this observation that we have seen an increase in single-family use and a change in our future land use designation, and that really has come out of our mixed-use categories. So we are proposing to refine the text in Chapter 7 to better describe the intent of these character areas and also to establish minimum percentages of primary zoning and land uses. Then moving on to Chapter 16, which is Plan Implementation and Amendment. This chapter describes our different implementation tools, our goals and policies and strategies, and provides the processes for reviewing and updating the plan as well as processing plan amendments. Some of the challenges we've had with this is some vague criteria as far as it applies to general plan amendments and some inefficient approval guidance within the general plan. So as this, we are recommending to revise some of the benchmarks for what is considered a minor versus a major general plan amendment. And with that, we would like to propose that there be some specific criteria specifically for the downtown and transit districts where there is more of a fine-grained built environment. And then to reduce the overall threshold for other character areas within the city to 160 acres or less for a minor general plan amendment. We have done significant public outreach as part of this effort, just reaching back to February of last year, all the way up to current present day where we have documents available online for public view. We are going to be going to council on December 8th for their consideration, and so we are looking for your recommendation today. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have on this proposal.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for the presentation. We've definitely, over the months, worked through this with you, and I believe that our board specifically is very well aware of these adjustments and excited about the clarifications and believe that they'll be very positive. At this point, just going to the board, as staff's recommending adoption specifically on this, do we have any questions or comments for them prior to quickly looking to see if there's any public comment or request? Nothing from us? Okay, as this, we've taken very seriously and reviewed this over and over and wanted to make sure that we're going down the right path and following city requirement. Have we had or do we have any public comments or concerns that have not been addressed up until this point?
Chair, members of the board, no. We've actually had extensive discussion with the development community. We started the discussion with them last year. We had 2 meetings with them. We have what we call the Developers Advisory Forum. This is where, so we've had 2 discussions with them, and all the discussions really went well. They received this really very well because it will remove the ambiguity and the confusion that, the lack of clarity has created. And in addition to that, we've also had a couple of neighborhood meetings. We had one about 3 months ago.
August 18th.
August 18th, and we had about 58 people on that, in that neighborhood meeting. It was a Zoom call, and also we did receive good feedback. So there's not been any issue that has come up that has not been addressed in the recommendation before you tonight.
That's great. No, I appreciate that. I just wanted some clarity, and I wanted to kind of remind those who might be watching of the extensive reach that the staff has gone to make sure everyone's aware of this. Okay, at this point, I don't believe we've got any more comment from the board. I think we can take action on this item. Do we have a motion?
I would move to approve that.
Okay, Board Member Ayers, thank you very much. We have a second.
Second.
All right.
Second.
Thank you so much, Board Member Villanueva Saucedo. All right, let's go ahead and do a roll call vote on this item. Chair Astle, I vote yes. Vice Chair Sarkisian,
Yes.
Board Member Boyle,
Yes.
Board Member Allen,
Yes.
Board Member Villanueva Saucedo,
Yes.
Board Member Ayers.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, that is adopted formally and a unanimous vote by the board with the Board Member Crockett absent today. So,
Chair, let me make
Yeah.
a little correction. So it's a recommendation for adoption by the City Council.
yes, a recommendation for adoption to City Council. Would you like me to reword or revote?
Yes, please, for clarification, because the board is not adopting it. Yeah.
No, that is perfectly fine. Yeah, so today we are, and maybe what we do, Board Member Ayers, as you made the initial motion, go ahead and just reference the item with a little bit more detail, maybe just keeping it simple as Chapter 7 and 16, and that we are recommending adoption to City Council. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would move to recommend the adoption of the changes to both Chapter 7 and Chapter 16, as we have discussed so far.
Perfect. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Staff? Okay,
Sure,
great.
yes.
We have a second, I believe.
Second.
Yep. Board Member Villanueva Saucedo, thank you. Let's go ahead and just for clarity, revote. Chair Astle votes yes. Vice Chair Sarkisian,
Yes.
Board Member Boyle,
Yes.
Board Member Allen,
Yes.
Board Member Villanueva Saucedo,
Yes.
Board Member Ayers.
Yes.
Great. So it does pass unanimously, that recommendation to council with Board Member Crockett absent. Okay, I think we got it that time. Any other items or concerns from staff prior to adjournment today that we need to address?
No, but Chair, board members, we will see you on December 16th. We so are grateful for being able to hold our public hearings through Zoom, through this. I think you guys should really, what's the word I'm trying to use? Be applauding yourself for the excellent work you've done. I think you've been very outstanding. So we just want to express our appreciation to you guys. But we will see you on December 16th.
To you guys as well. Thank you very much for the compliment. All right, well, I'll recommend, I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I'm guessing everybody's okay with it. So we've got Board Member Allen, thank you. Any second?
Second.
All right. Board Member Boyle. Okay, let's go ahead and vote. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys, I think
Yes.
we finally got adjourned. I appreciate your time. We'll look forward to next meeting. We'll see you on December.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.